Warning: this stream is rated for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tuba Swan Save the Music.org Theater. My name is Scotty, also known as EBC, and we're destroying shit today. Or possibly, I don't know. I'll have to see. Okay, all that looks good. Let's get some music going here. The thing and the thing. That's on. Okay. All right. So hello everybody, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Real chill stream today. Just gonna be doing some electrical da-da-da-da-da stuff. To start with, I've had this lamp for God. Let's see. It has to be like 22 years. It's just a small little table lamp. But yeah, 22 years I've had this lamp. And you can tell it's an old lamp because it's only got two prongs. And years ago, it got damaged. You can see it here. Not only did that part come out, but there's a bend there that shouldn't be. So yeah, I've had it broken for God knows how many of that 22 years. And then like 5 or 6 years ago, I said, fuck it, I'm going to fix this thing. And I went to Home Depot and I got the replacement piece, but I just never actually did it. So, yeah, it's time to do this shit. I mean, mostly it's just like, you know, a random bullshit. You ever have random bullshit in your house and you're just like, yeah, I need to hang on to that because, you know, at some point in the future I can use it. I can make some use out of it, or, you know, fix it or do whatever, and then it never actually gets done. Yeah, it's one of those things. All right, so these are pretty basic. It's all held together with that one screw. Probably be nicer if I had it on the camera, actually. So first you just loosen this up, and I kind of partially did it just to make sure that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So loosen it up like that. It's got this weight plate. All that does is adds weight to the bottom so that it stands more upright. Take it off of there, and it's all just like a series of things all the way up with the wiring. So get some more room there. Then this thing, you don't actually have to do that. All that is like a threaded or rod, empty rod with threading on both sides. So we can just loosen it up on this end. And you see that's the cord that runs all the way through. Now we're definitely going to need some more space with the cord, length with the cord. So I'm going to run it through a bit here. There we go. You can just move the whole wooden section with the threaded rod. Okay, so this is what we're left with. Now, the way this is designed, you can probably better see it now. It's all molded metal, or actually stamped metal. So you can see how that got bent in there. I mean, I could, like, maybe try to bend it back, but it's really not worth it. I think these are only like $4 at Home Depot or something. So, but that's the base of that. Now this section just slides out like that, and they use cardboard as an insulator in these things. And that's the only thing that holds that on there is the two screws. So let's make sure of our wiring. Destroy the lamp! It's an evil lamp! Okay. So I'm sure, I haven't looked into this, I'm sure this is part of it, like it tells you which is which here. I can just determine from that you've got one brass screw and one silver screw. And we can do accordingly with the new one. But I'm sure if I looked into that, that's probably like an industry standard. One terminal is for the hot and one is for the negative. Hopefully I can get it with this screwdriver. That's one thing not really prepared for. I still have to get my screwdriver set. See, if I can't get it with this, I'm gonna see if my brother has something here. There we go. Yeah, that's not the right screwdriver for that, and I have this. Where'd it go? I do have a universal screwdriver handle. I'm gonna go buy a new bit set for it, because that's the one tool that I never had. I always relied on loose screwdrivers, and I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, so this is the hot. And I need electrical tape. So anything like that, you want to twist the wire. We're going to put it out, but not all the way out, because you want to use the post to wind the wire. Put a little bend in it there. Hook it on. Just like that. So that the majority of the wire is under the post, or under the screw head. I don't know if I have anything I can use to tighten that. Till I get my stupid head out my ass. Not really. Maybe try this, but it's not the... As Scotty would say, how many times do I gotta tell you, use the right tool for the right job? Fucking heathens. Ba-dum-bum. So yeah, I've had this lamp for 22 years at least. About 5 or 6 years ago, I got the replacement part, and I still haven't done it until tonight. So that tells you a little bit about my messy mind. Now, there's also, it's not that big of a deal for connections like this, but there's also a little procedure that you can do with the ends of the wire here that I'm actually going to show you when we start getting into the audio cables, called tinning. And what tinning is putting a little amount of solder on the bound and twisted wire at the end there, and that will ensure the best solid connection possible. But for electrical transmission, it's not necessary. That's more for audio stuff. Actually, this don't work half bad, but yeah, I have to. In fact, I'm probably going to stop at Home Depot on my way home tonight to get the I need electrical tape, and I need well, I'm stupid. I forgot to take the old thing off. Electrical tape and screwdriver bits. Okay, I have to mark this somehow so I don't lose it. I don't think I have shit here for that. Nope. Oh, I could do a little bit of this tape, I guess. Just enough so I can mark the hot. There we go. Boom. There we go. Put this thing on. That, where's my cardboard insulator? There we go. Yeah, I could put it on. So let's try that again. Bum bum dum bum 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 bum. Let's do this. There we go. Boom. Okay, this side. Wire strippers too. Let me make a note of this because I had meant to go and get some of this shit before I started doing more of this repair stuff. In fact, now that I think about it, I may not be actually able to do a lot of these audio cables because I'm... Yeah. God damn it. My brother might have some stuff here. Okay. Well, we'll see how far I can get, or at least I'm gonna start marking this stuff. And, boom, ba-doom. Okay. Alright, so that's that part. Let me take this off. Of course you did. There we go. Okay, now this part, put there. Now, before I finish putting it back together, let's test it to make sure it works. There we go. Plug her in and watch it explode. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to do something better about this electrical. There we go. Ta-da! Now, there we go. It's a wiener. It's alive! Okay, let's go ahead and finish putting this back together. There we go. Okay, now okay, that's up in there. Now this screw, if you don't know, it's on the side. Anything on the side that holds something in place is called a set screw. And I actually run into set screws a lot in the in locks. Can I get any better there? Oh, this is gonna have to sit there. I hope that works. Because on this one, we didn't have a set. So no, okay, that's supposed to sit on that like that. There's no other way to do it. Okay, got the base plate. There. The weight. And a retaining nut. I have another lamp at home that I need to repair as well, but it's a floor lamp. And I'd have to see. It's maybe not something I would do on the stream simply because of the size and all that. This was nice because it's real small. Okay, that's good enough. Now I'll just get this cord back. Okay. I'm sure there was a like a paper cover or a snap-on cover or something like that at that time, but it's not necessary. So that's it. See if we can straighten that out a bit. There we go. Boom. Ta-da! There you go. A light bulb, as Gru would say. Okay, so that's the first part done. Now, like I said, we'll see how far I can get with these audio cables, because now that I think about it, I really don't have the right stuff. I need strippers, and not the kind of strippers that you go see at one of those fancy honorable places. But at least that's done, and I'm not going to steal my brother's light bulb here. I stole this out of one of his ceiling things. But that's finished. Put this back. Throw this mess out. Okay. Now, let's see what I got here. I don't know if I would need any of this, but these are replacement receptacles. Female, female, yeah. Which, that's the part I got more. This is a male. I got more females because that's where the shorts often occur. Let me see. Boy, I really didn't think this through. I don't have anything set up to test. I was going to test with continuity, but I forgot my fucking meter. You know what? We're gonna switch. I'm gonna do cartridges. I'll do some cartridge cleaning instead, because I thought I had what I needed for this, and then I didn't think it through. So, but I do have everything for cartridge cleaning. This one needs done. Take that back out. Put this away. Oh, come on. There we go. And that I need eraser. And probably that. Yep. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Okay. Cage, it's your favorite game. Circuit board looks real good. You got a little bit of residual, whatchamacallit there. But otherwise, it looks real good. Boom, boom. Melegio, rating with a party of 14. Hello. Welcome. How y'all doing? Let me get you a shot of my bopper. Come on. Hello. There we go. How y'all doing? Welcome. How was the gaming over there with the Jehovahnator, the bacon and cheese, and all of that good stuff? Fancy new raid emote. Yeah, there you go. I'm assuming that's your artwork, because I know you've been hard at work getting the getting those emotes done. Boom. Gaming was pretty good, but the game crashed a couple of times. Is that the one you have been playing? That is the you were talking about how they really needed to improve because they there was things like that. It just kept crashing or long ass load times. I remember you talk one of those games. Okay, yeah. So Malaysia, as a person who I know takes great care in choosing the games that you play and how much time you spend on them and all of that good stuff, you should definitely, I think, write a letter, an email to the company to let them know all of this. Because, you know, developers like that, depending on what they're actually doing and how much time and money they spend on it, if they're truly interested in what people have to say about it, they would definitely give that a look, I think. Especially it's brand new. You said that they haven't it just came out, so they're probably looking for feedback, I would think. And maybe not necessarily like a review on the site where you purchased it, but I would send an email direct to the company maybe and let them know, because I feel like, I mean, there's only so much that you can get from a review, but I feel like there's got to be some. Okay, all right. So at the very least, if they're reading that, they should be aware. Okay. Has it been otherwise well received critically, or the reviews? Like, people really like it? Aside from that. Okay. But apparently that one patch has not really addressed the problem thus far? Or they're still working on it? That's good. On the Switch yet? Okay. Well, they'll get round to it maybe. This cartridge isn't that bad. The buildup on the contacts is not that bad. Reviews are mixed. Art and sound all get raving reviews, but the mechanics and unnatural difficulty spikes turn a lot of people off. Well, yeah, that's your bag. It's the type of gaming that you like. Okay. Yeah, so if you came in with the raid, I went to, well, first of all, I already fixed the lamp. That didn't take very long. It was just a small piece that needed replaced. But I was going to do some audio cables And I realized I did not have half the tools that I need. Because I'm a dumbass. And, yeah. So I just switched over and we're doing some cartridge cleaning here. This is one of mine, this Dr. Mario, and I'll steal some of my brother's to do here. And in particular, I need to do some research. I was trying to do some research the other day on the batteries that are on the cartridge. As far as I know, it's a standard CR32 on the NES cartridges, but we'll have to see. It goes in... Gotta do it this way. Nope, other way. First dungeon took you 4 hours. Still haven't finished the second dungeon in 4 to 5 hours, so not easy or short. Yeah. Dude, you can have those games. I'd get frustrated after all. And well, I don't want to say that. My idea of a good game like that is Super Mario Brothers 1. Because like the Keizo stuff and all that, the stuff that I see gamers like you and anybody else who plays those, and you get a lot of fun and enjoyment out of it. What you do is you do the best that you can in a run, and you end up finding out what you have to do to get advance in the level. And then you end up doing that like 4 or 5 million times before you actually get through the level. And I can't do that. I just don't have the patience for that. Want to recommend it? Yeah. Soon. I mean, if they're on top of their game and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, pretty soon they get that stuff fixed, and then they'll have a good solid product. Okay, that's that one. Let me go, I'll be right back. Let me steal some of my brother's games. Hold on. Okay. Well, if they, we'll put it, if they want to survive, they will get that fixed. Is this doing what it should be doing? Okay. By the way, if anybody wanted to join me in voice chat, I'm in the Conflux, and anybody's welcome to join. Okay, he's got these in alphabetical order, so I want to keep them like that. Watch me just throw them all over the place here. Back here, this will go back in my bin. I already got some staining on here. Anyway, how are you, sir? How's life been treating you? Is your back cooperating? Have there been plenty of hot dogs available? Or whatever you eat? I don't know. Wild boar? With a little bit of toast. And maybe a side of sauerkraut or something like that. I don't know. Dude, on keto, I eat the weirdest shit sometimes. And how is everybody else this evening? If you came in with the raid and you don't know me, I never introduced myself because I'm an asshole. My name is Scotty. I do stuff and things. Oop. Exact same design, so no battery necessary. Got a little bit on this. Not much, though. Back has regressed to forced overtime. Yet again, they do this forced overtime bullshit. Okay, that's good. We'll stick with it. Don't let them push you around either. I know you won't. Like I know you've said in the past if they push you too hard, you're just like, nope, sorry about your luck. Which is what you should be doing, because no employer has the right to do that bullshit. Or if they have the right to do that, then and they exercise it, that means they're a bunch of morons. Who gives a fuck about your employees when you can just exploit them and work them to death, you know? That's pretty good. I forgot my deoxit. Forgot I had deoxit. Yeah, probably second to Ohio, or first, or next is Ohio. That's not the first thing that Carolina's been fucked up over. I've heard quite a few horror stories. So I'm not surprised. Yeah. Well, and see, that's the big thing. I went round a little bit with Selemu on this. Everybody hates capitalism. And the reason they hate capitalism is because of big business being in bed with government. So, for instance, like the tobacco companies taking their billions and billions of dollars and using that to lobby Congress. I mean, that's the biggest issue I see with the relationship between business and government is the lobbying. And nobody wants to address lobbying. They all go, oh, well, all we need to do is raise more money and then we can have our lobbyists too. How about we get rid of the whole lobbyist agenda in the first place? But here's the thing about it. Everybody hates capitalism, but what they really hate is business being in bed with government. And that's not true capitalism. That's crony capitalism. And if people are against crony capitalism, that's fine, like I am, because in the end, it hurts everybody that isn't big business. And nobody wants to recognize that. So it's funny how, like, you know, the liberals and the conservatives, they constantly fight over stupid stuff, but they both agree on that sort of thing. Typically, the conservatives agree that you're not supposed to have big business in bed with government, and yet they do nothing to stop it. And the liberals are just like, oh well, let's just go to socialism or that, you know. To me, it's kind of like, what exactly are you fighting for here? And I gotta do something. There's quite a bit of buildup on this side over here. There we go. That's better. But I digest. Maybe one of these days, somebody's going to get their head out of their ass and do something right. I don't see either side doing that right now. And certainly not about things like workers' rights. You know, like... Why does it take the government to force businesses to do what's right? How about we have businesses do that? I told a friend of mine, if I ever owned a business, you would be damn sure to have a sure bet that I'm not going to be doing the types of things that they do to people. And that's common. Like forced over mandatory overtime. That's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard. Mandatory overtime. Alright, that's good enough on that. Okay, there we go. Tell me show me an employee that loves forced overtime, mandatory overtime, and I will show you the skinny side of my ass. This one's beat up here. My brother has been collecting game cartridges almost all of his adult life. Even it's not necessarily games that he wants, but like if he knows it's a good deal on it, he'll pick it up. He said up until recently, it was pretty easy to occasionally go into like a Goodwill or something like that, Salvation Army store, and find some decent stuff for a good price. And he says now a lot of those companies are getting smart about what the value of the games is, and he can't find it like he used to. Go, that's better. Clean up some of the dirt and shit. See, and how many employer lobbyists did it take to get shit like that built into the law? How many stakes and whatever else, you know? That's the other thing. Even if you say, well, there's some good that can come out of lobbying, why in the hell are lobbyists allowed to buy anything for fucking Congress people? What? I don't get that. Why is that even a thing? And they go, oh, well, it's limited. They can't spend a lot of money on that. Like, you're telling me a congressperson can't buy their own fucking dinner and a lobbyist has to do it? Go fuck off. Go fuck yourself with impunity. And you can quote me on that. I really need to get some new microfiber cloths too, so I'll put that on the list. Lots of stuff I have to get at Home Depot because I'm not nearly as prepared for this as I hoped, and I might have like some of these things at my house, but you know, actually remembering and saying, oh, this is what I need to take with me to Joel's, well, yeah, that doesn't work because my memory sucks ass. Alright, so that's that. Did I put these? Yes, okay. So this is the next one. I played this game as a kid. I didn't get very far. But I liked it up until the one part where you're supposed to sling milkshakes in Lou's Cafe. And yeah, I've only gotten past that stage like a couple of times, so not necessarily something that's easy. I think, though, I mean, in a way, it's almost a platformer. It's kind of like a avoid the enemies type deal. But I think I like platformers in general better. Let's hit it with the deoxit first, man. This one's got a lot of built-up stuff on it. Anyway, what's going on? What's the good word? What is the food of the day? Today's episode is brought to you by the letter 6 and the number 9. And the color pizza. Doom. It's time for me to meet my doom. That's getting better, but it's almost like the contacts on this one are scratched. boom. Let me see something real quick here. See if yeah, it looks like the contacts are scratched. I don't know if you can see any of that on the thing. Not horrible, but pizza. Oh, you ever seen that? You ever seen that? The sign that like the basic bitches have that says "Love, family," or "Live, love, laugh." That's it. I wanted to get one that says "Pizza, tacos, bacon," done in that nice, beautiful scrolling script. Put that on a sign and hang it up in my house. I do have one that's kind of like that, that says, shh, no one cares. There we go, that's not bad. Not horrible, at least. Live, laugh, kill. When you were young and your heart was an open book, you used to say, live, laugh, and kill. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you break down and cry, say doom's gonna make you die. Doom's gonna make you die. Doom. Now, one of these days, I have to do on the WreckTech series, taking apart an NES and seeing if there's any way to properly clean the chipset that these contacts go into. Because if you don't, kind of like a virus, you get dirt and here, let's just use this, corrosion on the chipset, and that transfers it to other cartridges, and you really can't do one without the other. There we go. Still not great over here, but I don't know that it's going to get any better. Let me try that section one more time. The rest look pretty decent. There we go. Boom. Well, for my DMCA Nope series, I'm going to do scary movies all in the month of October. But I don't know. I know at one of those I wanted to Q-tip in half and use it in rubbing alcohol to clean. Okay. You know what I wanted to do, because I know you've done this, Cop, and I don't know if it's something that is feasible. I think what I'd like to try to do is see if I can crack it open. Because I know it's two molded pieces of plastic. And if I could crack it open to properly get in there and clean, because I obviously don't want to bend the pins. But if you can crack it open so that you can, splay it out, and then I think you'd get a much better way to scrub at least the side of the pins that makes contact. So I want to see if that's possible. If not, it's not that big of a deal, because replacement chipsets are not that expensive. I think they were like somewhere around $15. We did that with the one NES that we refurbished for my mom, and all it needed was a new chipset. But it needs clean now, because that was a couple of years ago. So I'd like to see if we could do that without replacing the chipset. And I mean properly, like I'm able to get a little bit of pressure to take off any type of oxidation on these pins, but you have to have a fair amount of pressure to be able to do that. So I definitely have to just fumble my way around and research it and see what's what. We got a couple of junk NESs around here. But before I get to any of that, I want to do those Ataris. Now I found the video converter that I needed. I'll show that to you here when I finish this up. It's a solid piece. The pins are strips inserted from the back side. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll check it out when I get to that. Just clean this up a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. To remove the pins would unbend them. Yeah. Well, I don't want to remove them. I want to leave them where they are, sitting in the plastic. But I was thinking if I could do it right, I could maybe split the chipset on the sides to splay it open. If it's one molded piece, that's a little bit different, and then maybe I could look at something like taking a Dremel on the sides and then just gluing the plastic back together afterwards. But again, that's only to see if there's a good solid way to really clean the chipset. I'm talking more than just alcohol with a Q-tip, because yeah, you could get some stuff in there, but that's not going to get all of the oxidation. Not in my experience with how this stuff is. Where did I put the thingy? Let me get these cables out of the way. There it is. Okay, so on the Ataris, it takes this little unit, which is called an RF modulator. And the sole purpose of an RF modulator is to take RCA and convert it to coax. Now, I have another piece that could do that without all this, but I'm gonna try this one first to get that Atari to work properly and get the video capture. Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so that should do it to try to get the Atari capture. I gotta see what's what here and play around with it a little bit, but that should be what does the trick. And I got to test all the connections and all that good junk. So we'll see what all is necessary, and instead of doing it on a WreckTech stream, I'll just do it on a high score stream and we'll play Atari that night. ET. You can pull the 72 pin from the motherboard. Yeah. Okay. So like one of those tension connections, kind of like, you know, it's got the pins and you plug it down into the socket, I'm assuming. I haven't opened up an NES yet. So eventually that's on the agenda. And primarily because I wanted to see if the chipset could be... Well, it really depends on what I'm pulling off, doesn't it, Militia? I could be pulling some special stuff off, and you're gonna miss it because you're like, terms of service. This is in nice condition. There's very little oxidation on these pins. But let's give it a shot here. Just because. In other words, Cop, I hear what you're saying, but my opinion is that more of the problem is the oxidation on the pins, and alcohol doesn't quite do the job to remove that. This thing that I picked up, the Oxid, that does. But you also have to have a little bit of pressure too, because it breaks it up. And the only way, like, if you were doing it that method, by taking the Q-tip and just gently going down the length of the pins while the chipset is in place and closed like that, then it wouldn't do it nearly as well as being able to put a little pressure on it, you know, using the eraser and the deoxidant combination. because that's what really gets all the oxidation off of the pins or the connectors. Alcohol, this is what I found out. You know how when you blow into a cartridge, it sometimes makes it work? And that's how we got into that thing as a kid, doing the, you know. What I found out is that the reason that works is because the little bit of moisture, or if you're not controlling it well enough and you're actually spitting into the cartridge, the little bit of moisture that gets onto the contacts is actually making a better electrical connection. So it's bypassing maybe the oxidation that's on the pins to make the thing, but it only works on a very temporary basis. So you end up blowing into the cartridge and doing whatever else over time, and you're literally just creating temporary better connections that with the electrical conductivity of your spit. Now, alcohol does the same thing, except it also might remove a little bit of the oxidation. So the alcohol does it, and then the oxide works a little bit better. But that's the whole point, is that it doesn't necessarily remove all of the oxidation. So like I'm doing this job on these cartridges, and I'm doing my best to remove as much oxidation as possible, to the point where I can't see anything on the contacts anymore. And I would like to do the same with the chipsets and not do, like half measures with alcohol or anything like that. So this is what I really would like to do with those chipsets, if it's possible, is to get them in a position where not only can I scrub them with the deoxit, I can use the eraser on there to get all the oxidation to come off. And Malegio, you said you were talking in your sleep, and you said I could use your toothbrush, so I don't know what you're talking about, man. You can't change your mind now. You told me I could use it, and so I'm using it. And if you don't like that now, well, that's you gotta suck it up, man. So that's my goal with this, and eventually, like I said, I will do the same with the NES. I will crack it open, and I will see what I can do. Maybe make some shit up as I go along, because I'm real good at that. Don't know if it works, but we'll see. That, and I come at this from the perspective of a locksmith. I've worked with all of the pieces and parts that come in a lock for many years now. And I also want to look at like design. I want to see how it's built. I want to see how the pieces go together and how it works and all that good stuff. So I like to take my time with tearing things apart and figuring out how it is. Well, boy, Malegio, do I have the toothpaste for you. It's one part alcohol, one part deoxit, one part bunch of bullshit. Okay, that's pretty damn good. Ba-dum-bum. Hey, Doom, if you're there, can you think off the top of your head of an NES game, or any of you really, Cop, Malaysia, any NES game that has a save state, like you can save the file and shut off your NES and then go back in and pick up where you left off? Zelda 1, okay. I'm gonna look for that over on my brother's shelf because I want to see the batteries on these boards. Zelda 1, okay. Final Fantasy. Let's see what my brother has over there. He's probably got at least a copy of Zelda. Okay. Oh. Let me go see what he's got here. Hold on. Make sure I don't have it right here. Jairus. No. Okay. He actually doesn't have Zelda. I'm kind of surprised. He, oh, he didn't have any of that. Zelda, Final Fantasy. So I did pick Donkey Kong Country 2 on SNES. I'm pretty sure that would have it. But I wanted to see if it's a common CR32 or something else. And if we come across any in the NES cartridges, he's probably only got like maybe 25 total. I was kind of surprised when I looked at that. I thought he had more than that. Boom, ba-dum. Yes, if you have not done so, our sponsor this month is Tubaswan. Please go to savethemusic.org. He would request you check that out. And might find it as an organization you would like to donate to. No, he does. I'm just he focuses. He's a lot. Yeah, he's 7 years younger than I am. So, like, he never really focused on the NES and SNES stuff. it was kind of like when he was getting into gaming age, it was more N64, GameCube, trying to think what else. PlayStation. I think he had a PlayStation 1 at one point. So like he's into that next generation of gaming. This one's actually in really nice condition. Probably hasn't been ever played. What's the name of it? Dr. Chaos? Anybody ever played Dr. Chaos? 2025? Okay. I know they're soldered in, but that was going to be my part of my thing for refurbishing these cartridges is just replacing the battery. Because I learned how to do the soldering properly on those. Yeah, this is pretty good. I was trying to do the research on that in preparation for some of this stuff, so I could just buy a bigger, like 10 or 20 pack of the batteries, and they're all different. So I got to see what's what, and maybe the best way to do that is just cracking them open and seeing. And I started when I was doing the, yeah, that's fine. I was starting to do the research with the Atari because I wanted to do that as part of the refurbish of the Ataris that I have. And, man, that is going to be a pain in the ass to do those cartridges because you have to heat up and remove the label. And there's possibility of tearing the label if you're not careful and all this other stuff just to get at the fucking screw that's underneath the label in the middle of the label to take the cartridge apart. And it's just like, really? Fucking Atari? Oh, damn, that was pretty good. Probably because nobody ever played this game. Dr. Chaos. I don't know, I never heard of it. Never seen anybody play it. But I guarantee you my brother picked it up because it, the title is Dr. Chaos. Dr. Pepper. Well, it is 23 different flavors in Dr. Pepper, if you weren't aware of that, and that sounds very chaotic to me, so it's very possible. It's like saying Doom's not actually a human being, he's a robot, and it's actually 23 midgets inside of him that are operating the body. And we call him Dr. Doom because of that. Don't say that to Joel or Russ, because that's like their top pop soda, whatever you people call it. I don't know. You know, this is becoming a thing with you. I don't like cinnamon. I don't like pepperoni. I don't like this and that. Now you don't like Dr. Pepper. What are you even doing with your life, Step Cage? What the hell, man? Does anybody really like Optimus Prime? No. We love you, Cop. The only time I love the cops. I get pulled over, and I see that it's a weird Canadian guy, and he wants to write me a ticket for being too sexy. I'd be like, yep, that's accurate. We definitely need at some point a Optimus Prime Officer of the Law cosplay stream. You can go get the fuzzy handcuffs and everything else that comes with that. Yeah, you're not the only one, man. Hating on shit that you shouldn't be hating on, I'll tell you that much. Cinnamon. Who the fuck doesn't like cinnamon? Or pepperoni. I mean, that's like the godfather of pizzas is a pepperoni pizza. That's you start with a pepperoni pizza. That's the beginning and the end of pizza. And you are just you know, turning up your nose at that shit and yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Or in the words of Malegio, or Walegio, that's right. You missed that, Malegio. We came up with I'm going to be your alter ego, your evil twin. I'm going to be Walegio. And so in my universe, it's never Ben's birthday. It's his unbirthday. And I go around saying things like, meh, I'm not Optimus Prime. I could also do that, though. Yeah, I like sriracha sauce on my cake and peanut butter hot dog sandwiches. I'm Cage. Yeah. Fucking weirdo Cage. Okay, so at least on SNES, it is definitely a CR2032. Now let me make a note of that in my notes. Notes in the notes. Where the hell did I put all that shit here? Oh, I think I made a actual file, so let me... Here it is. SNES, definitely CR2032. Let me just make sure for my old ass, I might have already forgotten and gotten it wrong. Yeah. CR2032. Okay. That's fantastic. Thank you, Laura. You are the queen. Wow, I can't even remember the fucking character's name. Wow, I'm Wild Milesio. I'm not Optimus Prime. No. It's similar. It's very similar. Look up on YouTube a guy named Carl Casey with a K. His first name Carl is with a K, or White Bat Audio. Just look up White Bat Audio on YouTube. He'll come right up. It's free. Copyright free Dark Synthwave is almost his entire channel. It's not bad. Oh. I'm not Optimus Prime. It's not Ben's birthday. I don't play hard-ass games that make a normal person want to cry. Walegio? We'd need some type of headwear for that, I think. Like a bright yellow hat with a... maybe an M with an X through it. That's actually pretty damn good. That's my favorite comic strip, even though I don't think it's still in existence. Bizarro. Have you ever seen that? Some real Bizarro shit. Well, that's easy. The day that isn't Ben's birthday is the day that isn't Ben's birthday. So I just proved you wrong. Ben is now 6,969 years old because he's had so many fucking birthdays. He's sitting up on top of a mountain with a beard that's 23 and a half feet long. I don't know what that is in Canadian. I'm sorry, cop. 23 and a half feet. And he just sits there stroking his beard very erotically and says, "God damn it, Milesio." Ben is now the old birthday guru. Yeah, that's pretty good. This one. And before we do that, let's see. We got some label glue. Let's see if this does anything to it. No, not really. Let's see. Baby Ben? Isn't that the name of a cheese? Baby Ben cheese? Comes in a little tiny wheel. Yeah, that ain't doing shit to the glue on this label. It's all Cage's fault. He worked in one of those video stores where they put price tags over the labels. That's not too bad, but I don't know. I want to see if there's any kind of fix aside from trying to do a reproduction label for these things where the label is damaged, or like this has also got some scratches. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that can be done for that. More research that just needs to be done, and we'll determine what the hell can be done about it. Alright, I'm probably going to end up here because it's already getting close to 8. Maybe another 10-15 minutes. I didn't want to do this too long, and I wanted to get home pretty quick today. Would help if I actually put the fucking screw in there. If you say so, Optimus Prime. Whatever you say, buddy. Double Dare? Anybody ever played Double Dare on NES? my goal with this stuff, aside from just like refurbishing and trying to get them as close to as new as possible, is to make it so that you have a good set of cleaned cartridges and a Nintendo Entertainment System that has the chipset cleaned, so that you can just put the cartridge in and turn it on, and it works perfectly the first time. Oh, he's got a crack in this one. Look at that. My brother's got an ass crack in this cartridge. Well, there's no repairing that aside from maybe just epoxying it into place. But the label's in pretty rough condition as well, so we won't worry about that too much. I think this will be the last one, and then we'll finish up here. If somebody has a raid suggestion, you could go ahead and put that in the chat. All right. Take care, Malegio. Don't work too hard. Don't let those assholes work you too hard. And have a good night. We'll catch you later. Thank you for stopping by. And all that jazz. Eventually, if I ever get that far, I think I want to start taking a look at the programming and the code. You know, the actual code that's on these integrated circuits. Because I've done a little bit of computer programming previously, but not a lot. And I think that'd be a hoot to learn the basics of the code and then actually look at the code and see if I can figure out this and that. So maybe that's something for the future. And maybe that would lend itself to ROM hacks, building my own ROM hacks. I don't know. It's a thing, it's a possibility. I see. I don't even know the name for it. Okay, it's CS50 coding. Oh, okay. Dude, I barely know. I know little bits of BASIC and I know little bits of HTML, and I would like to learn more of that stuff, because I would like to maybe write some of my own computer programs. Yeah. Python. I want to learn Python because, like, I know a lot of, almost, well, at least a good majority of OBS scripts and plugins are written in Python. So I'd like to take a look at that maybe and see if there's any damage I could do with that. Let me get this here. Oop. Alright, that's enough. I had like 5, 6, 7 cartridges done and fixed the lamp. That's pretty good for a show, I think. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll make a note of it. I know there's a lot of resources. Like, for instance, part of my process for this is learning electrical theory. What all the components do, what they're supposed to be rated at, and all this other stuff. And then, you know, probably the summit of that would be building your own integrated circuit. So I eventually would be getting to that. My whole point in wanting to learn it was so that, let's say I'm going to refurbish my Atari and something isn't working. I want to be able to have the know-how to diagnose what the Atari is doing and how to fix it. And for that, I definitely need to have a much better grasp on electrical theory. So I started on that process. My dad gave me a good jump start. My dad was an industrial electrician for 20 years. And he knows, you know, the majority of that in and out. And all he ever did was he started with a high school electrical class. And that's all he ever did. He never went to college. So in going to learn electrical theory, I have found a wealth of things on YouTube and other places that just, you know, basically provide most of the education you would need for that for free. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that. Probably one of our upcoming WreckTech shows in the near future is going to be continuing that process of learning electrical theory, because it's an ongoing thing and it takes, you know, years to really know what the fuck you're doing. But we'll get there. It's not like I'm going anywhere. Okay. I don't have any epoxy for that, so we'll have to leave it at that. Let's get everything packed away here. All right. So thank you all for joining me here. Let's Let's do some coming attractions on the EBC channel. All right, tomorrow night, The Last Lassie movie, The Painted Hills, in public domain. We'll start that at 7, so stop on by if you're interested in the doggos and the doggies. If you're interested in the birds, I don't know why I keep saying this, but it's a children's movie that has a lot of adult, non-sexual adult innuendo in there. So if you have not seen this, I do highly recommend it. I'll be showing it Wednesday night in the Conflux. If not, no big deal. It's a good bit of nostalgia for my childhood. You might find it interesting. You might. And That's Not Real Trek continues on Thursday. Non-trekkers need not apply. Monday, so then I'm taking a break over Labor Day weekend, going out to my mom's on Sunday and whatever else. I'm working the shit out of the weekend. So Monday I'm going to do a late stream. The Burbs is coming up. The Burbs is coming up. So be prepared, Coptimus. That's one of my favorite movies, and that's definitely in the rotation. It's coming up soon. So Monday, I'm going to do a late stream. I'm probably going to be working late on Monday. And then 9-ish, I'm going to be doing some more Castlevania 2, getting ready for the speed run. So just some more practice. I pretty much have it down, but I just, want to practice and make sure I have all my ducks in a row. So we'll do a late stream on Monday night. Our new show, Ancient Airwaves, where I basically just play old-time radio shows, and we'll do a little bit of discussion on it like we do with Public Domain Movie Night. So these are going to be radio shows from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. We're going to start with some Abbott and Costello, and that's going to be the Tuesday after Labor Day. So you might have some fun with that. And then mark it on your calendar if you have not done so already. Sunday, October 30th is our next audio drama, Realms Unknown Mannequin. And you could probably guess what it's about. So mark it on your calendar. It will be coming up. All right, let's find somebody to raid here. Boy, I bet Malegio would have loved this, even though he went to work now. We're gonna go raid somebody that I don't think any of you know. And we're gonna raid him because, one, I really like his, I like the feel to his stream, but primarily I like his voice. He has an excellent speaking voice. He's an excellent orator. And I've come to really appreciate his streams. There we go. We're going to go raid Dr. Orochi. So, thank you all for joining. We'll see you tomorrow night, maybe, for Public Domain Movie Night. If not, we'll catch you any of the other times. Go check out the website if you want the full schedule. EBC2021.com. I just renewed the domain because it's actually been a year since I created, or at least purchased, the domain name, EBC2021.com. And I just renewed it for another year. You know what that means? Bunch more bullshit from me. You ain't gonna get rid of me that easy. Alright, so let's go see the doctor. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you later. Don't do anything I wouldn't do because I'm not going to do that shit. Goodbye.